Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call to order the regular monthly meeting of the Houston County Board of Education for February the 13th, 2018. And at this time, we are going to ask everyone if you would silence our cell phones to make sure that we don't disturb our meeting. And we're going to have a moment of silence, after which we're going to ask Zamaya Carson and Bryce Wellman to come down front and lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance after we have our moment of silence, please. Our moment of silence. Thank you. Please stand. You will come on down. Go ahead.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you all. This is always a great time in our meeting, no matter when, is to introduce our guests. So first we're going to ask Dr. Gwendolyn Taylor from Huntington Middle if you will stand and introduce your guests.
Good afternoon, and thank you for inviting us today. My guests are Mr. Bryce Wellman. He's our Mr. Hawk, and as you see, Bryce loves to dress up, especially shoes, and loves to wear happy socks. We was talking earlier at lunch, and Bryce has his whole future planned out, and I said, you can do anything that you want to do. He knows that he wants to go to Stanford, and then get a scholarship, and then he wants to go to med school.
All right.
So those are Bryce's plans. Bryce is on our academic fold. Bryce works so well with our special needs students through our Partners Club and just helping them out. And also, he's in our course, and he swims with the acronyms. And I always ask our kids, what do you like best about Huntington? And Bryce says that he loves the atmosphere and the teachers are the greatest. And I always say, what is one of your favorite quotes? And his quote is, if there is not an enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. Bryce Wellman.
All right.
Zamaya was on our soccer team, basketball team, and track. She's with the Partners Club. She helps out with our special needs. And also she's with FCA. Zamaya is in course as well. Zamaya and Bryce are both just ideal students that walk the halls of Huntington every day. And I asked Zamaya, what do you enjoy most about being at Huntington? And she said, the teachers are warm and caring. And her favorite quote is, life is too short to be anything but happy. It's Zamaya. Miss Rose Nelson. What can't I say about Miss Nelson? Miss Nelson is just a jewel to have at Huntington. Dr. McGee is going to tell you that she trained her, but she did come from Eagle Spring. And she's a joy. She works with she teaches sixth grade, but she works with our after-school program, with the Beta Club. Whatever we ask Miss Nelson to do, she's there. She's at work on time. She has a positive attitude. If I could just touch her and comb her, I would, and put her in every class. She is wonderful. When she walks the halls of Huntington, she makes them shine every day. Miss Rose Nelson.
Thank you. Thank you. From Eagle Springs Elementary, Principal Dr. Andrea McGee, if you will introduce your guests, please.
Thank you for having us. I have brought with me to find gentlemen from Eagle Springs. It's really sharp on the outside, and they're sharp on the inside too. First of all, we have James Stacy. He's the president of our student council. He's been with us since second grade. He comes from a military family. So he is a bit of a part every year. He's on the bowling league. is Nicholas Packard. He is the vice president of Student Council. One of the things James also mentioned, and so did Nick, was that they like to serve their community. They try to find ways to serve the community. So Student Council is a perfect place for them. Because our Student Council finished up a food drive back in the holidays. Right now they're doing a 100-day school item drive, which they're trying to collect several different items to give to the Children's Hospital in Macon. So they definitely want to volunteer and give of themselves to others. So I'm very proud of them for that as well. Nick has been with us since kindergarten. He's a true Eagle Spring student. He's been with us the whole way. He likes football too. He was the PE Student of the Year last year. He's won citizenship awards as well. He also likes the collaborative nature that people work together at our school to help each other. And then he wants to be an Army pilot when he grows up.
All right.
These are two outstanding students from Eagle Spring.
All right.
And then I brought you our Teacher of the Year, Miss Tiffany Gann. This is her 14th year, 15th year. I haven't quite got the math right on that. Math is my only math, but we were trying to figure it out earlier. She has been with me for 10 years. And she taught 4th grade, and she's been EIP math. She has been instrumental on our Better Seeking team, our intervention task force, working with us to make sure that every child gets their high potential in math. She helps lead our math intervention program at our school, just really targeting kids and helping them be successful. Wherever they come to us at, we want them to lead Eagle Springs, reaching their high potential. She's been instrumental in that. She's helped out in other areas, we have a running club, things like that at our school as well. But her goal is, she was passionate that every kid can be a great math student. And she is going to work with them and figure out what it is they need to do to turn that, because for some reason some children, some adults still have that attitude that, well, I'm just not good at math. Well, she doesn't have that attitude, and she promotes that everyone can be good at whatever they put their mind to, especially at math. So I am very blessed to have her on my staff. She is a go-getter. She really is a leader in my school, and she has helped our school shine throughout the time she's been there, and I know she will continue to. So, Ms. Tiffany.
Next, we have from Lindsay Elementary Principal, Dr. Lisa Baker-Busby. To introduce your guest, please.
Hi, it is a pleasure to be here today. I have two of our outstanding jet setters, Lanadia Parks and her brother, Chris John Hart. Lanadia is in 5th grade at Lindsay Elementary. She won first place in our spelling bee. She's an active member of our Jet Patrol, as well as she's our main voice on our morning news show. She loves to sing and dance, but her care for animals is extraordinary. She was telling us about all the animals that she takes care of at home. So guess what she wants to be when she grows up? She wants to be a veterinarian. She said one of her favorite parts of being at Lindsay is taking part in the learning that's going on there. So this is Lanadia. Little brother here, Chris John, who is in 4th grade here at Lindsay Elementary. He also participated in the spelling bee. He was 3rd place winner there. He loves to read, and he has received rewards for having the highest reading level at Lindsay Elementary. His favorite subject is math, and besides his academic strengths, he is a very caring young man, and he says that he shares a smile with all of his friends every single day, as well as his staff. He also said when he grows up that he wants to take his math and science learning to the next level and work for NASA. I asked him what was his favorite part of being at Lindsay as well, and he said it's the learning as well. So this is Chris John. Miss Barbara Smith. Miss Barbara Smith is our Teacher of the Year. This is her 2nd time being Teacher of the Year at Lindsay Elementary. She's been with us 13 years. She's our reading EIP teacher. She has been a valuable member of our leadership team and has been crucial and instrumental to us rolling out our PLC processes. She's a valuable member on the teacher teams, and she's also over our social committee. So she does a lot with reaching out to our families as well as our staff, and we just appreciate her. She is a teacher leader very loving, caring, and she's also a licensed nurse, so we use her a lot at the school, especially now with the cold and flu season going around. So she has been just so instrumental in just passing out love. Her love for teaching our students to read just is impeccable. She really gives it 100% to our students as well as our teachers. So this is Miss Barbara Smith.
Shirley Hill Elementary Principal, Dr. Tracy Jackson.
Good afternoon. I have two of my wonderful students here today and my awesome fifth grade teacher, Ms. Jasmine Sales. We'll start with Ms. Sales. Ms. Sales has been with Shirley Hills Elementary for 4 years, but I actually knew Ms. Sales before Shirley Hills Elementary because she grew up in my church. And so she really could be my daughter. I know I don't look like it, but she did. Jasmine does a wonderful job at Shirley Hills. She's a fifth grade gifted teacher there. She's also a doctoral student working on her PhD through artistry. She enjoys playing golf. She started the drama club at Shirley Hills 2 years ago and works with our kids. They love Mrs. Sarah. She actually does the tech crew there. So they make all of the props, costumes, and everything for our drama club. And our parents really, really love it. And the kids as well. She's also our school DJ. Whenever we have a party or anything at our school, you can get Miss Sales to be the DJ. She'll be right there playing great music, appropriate music for the kids, and getting them all riled up. She was a part of the textbook adoption committee this year. She also helps lead many of the leadership teams at our school. She's on our guiding coalition, always giving really, really good input. She participates in any of the presentations we have as far as professional development at Shirley Hills. She started the Run Walker system at our school probably about 3 years ago. It's where the kids have to actually drop a card in the cup when they're leaving out of school, going through our Walker's Gate, because sometimes we have kids that leave the Walker's Gate and we don't know where they're going. And so this sales came with the idea, because we know that safety is our #1 priority, of having the kids to have their names on those cards. And so all of our kids, and we have a ton of kids that are walkers, when they leave out of that Walker Gate, they have to drop that card in there so that if parents are asking, if we knew if they left out the gate, we can go back and reference that file and know if those kids actually walked out the gate or not. So that has been a phenomenal system in our school. She's the announcement ministry person at her church in Conyers. And I just can't say enough about Ms. Sales. She is just whenever you need any type of assistance, she always stops by just to check on me. I guess Dr. Dixon is doing okay today, just to make sure that, if she sees me out and it looks like I'm having a stressful day, which I guess they all can tell that if I am. Just comes in, checks on me, just an awesome, phenomenal teacher. So I am so blessed to have her in our building. Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Next we have Ms. Sophia Acosta Diaz. Sophia is a fifth grade at Shirley Hills as well. She is bilingual, and so I think most of us appreciate that. Spanish is her first language, and she speaks English wonderfully, beautifully. She's the vice president of 4-H. She's participating in the drama club. She says she gets good grades. She makes all A's. She said when she grows up, she wants to be a lawyer, a news broadcaster, or an ABA therapist. And she's also in chorus and choir at our school, and she's attended Shirley Hills since 3rd grade. And so we love our Sophia. Thank you. We have Mr. Trey Mantes. He's acting all shy, but he's really not. He's attended Shirley Hills since pre-K. He is a member of our drum corps this year. We have a new music teacher this year, and he has all kinds of clubs musically going on in our building. We have a drum corps. We have a guitar club, we have a chorus, just all kinds of things that are going on. And Trey is a part of that drum corps. They do an excellent job. Almost like a pep rally every day. He's also a member of the art club, and he is a member of the chorus. He said when he grows up, he wants to be an engineer. And he's also a member at the best church on this side of heaven, First Baptist Church, Gorman Street. So he is a member at our church, and he also plays football for the Houston County Warriors. So, and also is a member of the Drama Tech Group. So we are excited to have Trey here as one of Shirley Hill's representatives today. As I said always, we have a great group of kids at Shirley Hills, a wonderful staff. I am blessed indeed to be a part of that faculty. And with that said, that's a little bit about our school.
And for Quail Run Elementary Principal, Dr. Cheryl Thomas, if you will introduce your guest.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us. I brought some fifth grade students with me today. First of all, this is Addie Page Munn, and this is Roxanda Milcoach. And Addie Page over here, she's a fifth grader. She has been at Quail Run since pre-K, so I've had the pleasure of watching her grow up each day throughout the past several school years. You probably know her family. Her family's very involved in the school system. Her mom is an assistant principal at Parkwood, Kelly Munn, and her dad is a teacher at Houston County High School. So they're everywhere in the school system and at our school. And she loves to sing, dance, act. She's a beautiful singer, ride her bike, and she loves to play the piano. She's had all A's since third grade and been on the honor roll since third grade. She was in the Lion King production at Theater Macon in the fall and did an amazing job there. She's in chorus, guitar club, art alliance, and she was also on our academic bowl team this fall. And when she grows up, she wants to be a singer, an actor, or a cosmetologist. And we actually had our second annual talent show, and we've gotten so large with that event. We had to move it to Houston County High School last Friday night, and we gave out 4 directors awards, and actually both of these girls received that award. It's a very, very special award. Addie Page received her director's award for her beautiful voice and singing, but not only singing, but just being so caring and encouraging to the other children during the talent show. And Roxanda was our stage manager and ran it like an adult behind the curtains and did an amazing job, and she also received a director's award. And she's so excited because when we got here, Roxanda asked me if she could introduce herself today. So I'm going to hand this over to her. She's very excited. So this is Roxanda Milcoach.
Hello everyone, my name is Roxanda Milcoach, as you have heard. I'm a 5th grader. I moved to Quail Run when I was in 2nd grade. I was born in the U.S., but my parents actually immigrated here from Moldova. If you don't know, you probably don't, it's a very small country. It's a country in between Romania and Ukraine. My grandmother is a principal. Education is very important in my family. I can speak Romanian and English, both of them. I have no first language, learn them at the same time. My favorite subjects are math, science, and social studies. I'm in GTE, and I've had all A's, and I'm in honor roll since 3rd grade. I'm in drama club, and I was on the Lego League and an academic bowl. I've been taking piano lessons since I was 8 and a half. I want to be a doctor or a teacher when I grow up.
Much better than I could have done. And this is our student here, Melissa Camerata, and she has been with us at Quail Run for 7 years. I hired her 7 years ago and have not regretted it 1 second of the past 7 years. I hired her, she was teaching pre-K, and then I asked her to move to 4th grade, which is a huge change. Just phenomenal in the classroom, whether it's little people or kids that are a lot older. Her dad was military, so they've actually had a lot of experiences and moved all over the world, not just the country. So, but she calls Warren Robins her forever town that she'll be living in. So she's been married for 10 years to Nick Camerata, and she said, by looking at me, you probably wouldn't know I love which I appreciate so much. Amazing with technology, she created the photography club at our school as well, and has gotten kids involved in technology and taking pictures and creating movies in just a phenomenal way. And something I love about her, she is always out of the box, no matter what she's doing. Always goes above and beyond. She came to me, I guess in the fall, one of my favorite things about her is it doesn't matter what it takes, she's going to get it done. And she came to me in the fall as a leader of the 4th grade team and asked me, Dr. Thomas, would you mind if instead of us waiting to tutor our kids until the spring when we start our program at 4 Georgia Milestones, do you mind if we just tutor during our lunchtime? And that way we can do it every single day. That's a principal's dream. So it's free, it's helping kids, it's making everybody successful, and it's completely out of the box. So they donate their lunchtime every day and tutor children. So it's just amazing. So I can't thank you enough. So she's awesome. Thank you.
Again, we want to recognize some of our outstanding students we have here, and this is really a great time and a great example that I want to share with you introduce our next group. From the House County Career Academy, teaching as a profession students. House County Career Academy offers a unique program for students to include one who aspires to teach. Teacher Ms. Melissa Wood and her students in the teaching as a profession class are visiting here with us today to learn more about how the Board of Education operates. We'd like to welcome you to our meeting in the central office. I would like you to please stand and be recognized. Please stand. I want you to remain standing because I have a great example of what you are starting to do. We have a great example right here. You already met her, Ms. Jasmine Sales. Would you stand, please? Jasmine, since she was a little girl in our church, she was a student here in Houston County School System. She graduated, went on with her goal in mind to be a teacher. And not only has she achieved that goal, but now she's Teacher of the Year. That's you. The next group we want to recognize is our Veteran High School FFA State Champion. Wow, champion. The Veteran High School FFA Junior Meets team won the state championship and advanced to the national competition. Our students won the Georgia FFA State Meets Evaluation and Technology Career Development event. In addition, the veteran seniors, each team won the second place at the state, and one of the students from each team both won the High Individual Award. We're invited, my namesake, Mr. Jeff Wilson, with you, and your students come forward as the state champions, and please introduce them to us.
I guess to start with the senior evaluation team. Last year, Ms. Horton was here when they won the junior meets evaluation contest, where she was also a high individual. When I say junior division in FFA, that means 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th grades. And your senior division is 10th, 11th, and 12th. Didn't know how hard we were going to do because when we moved up, we had 2 sophomores and 1 junior. We were second in the state, and Cassidy was the state high individual, which is kind of unheard of as a sophomore. Carmen Mueller, along with Olivia Clary and Kelly Novak, who couldn't be with us today because they have some evaluation for course. I think they'll do okay. I'll give them pointers. But They were a junior team. I didn't know I was going to have a junior team this year. We started practicing 3 months before the competition. Went and competed against teams that have been together for 2, 3, maybe even 4 years, and they were able to win the state championship with Olivia being high individual. And if I'm not mistaken, all 3 of you were in the top 10 individually. But I'm really proud of how they did in such a short period of time. It's their hard work. Always want to thank Mrs. Brown and Ms. Johnson for their help and thank the board for having us. All right.
Next on our agenda is our review our agenda from last evening and our consent agenda. We reviewed that last night and shared comments there. Next, we'll ask Ms. Hughes if you will make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make a motion to adopt our agenda as presented.
Second. It has been motioned and second that we adopt the agenda as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Ms. Hughes, our minutes, please.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to adopt our minutes from our previous meeting in January.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the minutes from our previous meeting in January. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Our board member comments is next, and we're going to start on this end here, and we're going to ask Hoke if you will give us your comments, please.
Certainly. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to say welcome to everyone, and be the first one to thank Ms. Taylor for the wonderful hospitality last night. It was awful good eating and very good fellowship, and we just appreciate y'all doing that. The atmosphere was great and warm, and I just want to say thank you. I know it's aggravating to have us come down there sometimes, but we do enjoy seeing the schools and seeing y'all, and we appreciate that. The next line, just to piggyback on Mr. Wilson, I remember when he came through 4 years ago and started, my daughter was at Perry and FFA, and I remember, after meeting and talking with him, I've known his mama and brother for years and years, and and I hadn't seen him in years, and I thought, man, they're fixing to be good, and it's proof in the pudding. I mean, y'all have just done a great job with FFA, you and Dr. Walker, and I can't. I'm an avid sports fan, but I'm a huge FFA fan and a student fan, and it's good to see good people do well, and the students, listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. He's been doing it a while now, and then, in closing, basketball season's coming to an end. Wrestling season finished last weekend. Houston County represented very well. We got 2 state champions in that. In basketball, we've got most all the teams are still in it, as far as I understand, in the playoffs, and it's just exciting to see all these our schools do well in everything, and I'm proud to be a part of that. We talk about it all the time as board members. It just seems like graduation's right around the corner, and that's another huge pinnacle, and it just gets closer every month, and these meetings fly by and the years fly by, so enjoy what you're doing, and thank you for allowing me to be here today.
All right. Lori?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks a lot, Hope, for bringing up graduation. I have one graduating this year, so it's a little early to be bringing that up. Thanks a lot. Welcome to all of our guests and to all of our fabulous students and teachers of the year. I love hearing all about you and hearing your stories. It's what makes you who you are. And please know that the reason we're here is because of you guys. For our teachers and administrators and our students, we just want and expect great things from you every time we come here, and it's just a pleasure to hear your stories and hear your achievements and all of your involvement, and not only in our schools but in our community. You guys, thank you for wanting to help others, because in the end, that's what it's really all about. Thank you, Dr. Taylor and your staff, for the wonderful meal and the hospitality. I'm so impressed with your school. Beth and I were actually lost, and I said, just call them and tell them we're on Integrity Lane. It's like, what better place to be than on Integrity Lane? But we eventually found you. Your school is so very clean, and it is so very evident that there's lots of learning going on in your school. I like seeing that stuff in the halls. Wow, it's been a month. The weather can't decide what it wants to do. We're going to get through that. I just want to say how proud I am of our school system and how we handle achievement and adversity at the same time. Lots of class. And I'll just close up with, I like inspirational quotes and mottos, so I read a good bit of those. And here's mine for the week. The secret to living well: eat half, walk double, laugh triple, and love without measure.
Great. Fantastic. Thank you. Helen?
Thank you, that was good. I needed that. All right, welcome to all of our visitors today, and early happy Valentine's Day. It's not too late, guys, to go out and get that card or candy or flowers or whatever. But we really appreciate all of our visitors, and we love to hear about your accomplishments and the things that you're doing in our school system and how you represent us. So we're very proud of each and every one of you. I also would like to thank Dr. Taylor and her staff for their hospitality last night. We always enjoy going into the schools, and just everything was wonderful. It just couldn't ask for better. Several of us did have the opportunity to go and visit several of our schools a couple of weeks ago, and it's always, I count it a privilege to be able to go into our schools and visit and see our students at work and see what's actually going on in the classrooms and the technology that's being used. And just there was one class that I just wanted to stay in. They were reading Charlotte's Web, and that's one of my favorite stories, and I just wanted to stay. You couldn't hear a pin drop in that classroom. But not only, were they listening to a neat story, but it was how they were taking the vocabulary and the word association and just putting it all together from a story that's a really neat childhood story. Just thank you. The cleanliness of our schools too. You could kind of smell that little bit of antiseptic in the air, so we are trying to keep those flu germs from being spread around, but be careful. There's a lot going on out there. The last thing I want to do is I want to bring attention to a project, and it's kind of a special project that several of our central office staff have been working on. That's Beth McLaughlin, Tabitha Clark, Dr. Kennedy, and I'm sure there are others of you that I'm missing, I'm not including, but they've been working on a campaign called 13 Reasons Why Not. And it's in response to a Netflix drama that has been presented on TV or Netflix, and it's 13 Reasons Why. And it actually depicts the story of a young girl who committed suicide, and she left 13 reasons why she did what she did. Well, this is our kind of rebuttal or our response to it. It's you'll meet 13 of our own Houston County either students or teachers, people that are in our school system, and how they faced adversity and how they've come out better because of the adversity that they've faced. So it's just a real positive picture of hope and how there are people out there that care, and we do care. And all of us go through times in life that, there are good times and then there are not so good times. But there's always someone there that will listen. You just have to reach out to them. So I thank you for this positive message that you are bringing to our school system. Thank you.
Good. Rick?
Dr. Taylor, I want to add my thanks for your hospitality. We enjoyed the meal, and the setting was just great for our planning session, and you made us feel very welcome, and so thank you very much for you and your staff. Welcome to everyone else, all those who have been recognized and introduced. We appreciate your being here. You help keep us grounded and on focus about what we're all about. And we thank you for all that you have accomplished and are accomplishing and will accomplish. One of our business items today is to approve contracts. And it just serves as a reminder that we have the best staff anywhere, I believe. We have great teachers, great administrators, and I want to thank those who
who are making sure that continues. I think this is one of the earlier times we've approved contracts, but that's so that we can commit new teachers and get the best of the best before they get snatched up by someone else. And so I want to thank those in the central office who are doing that. We have a lot of administrators retiring, maybe not more than normal, but it always just amazes me that it's time for some people to say goodbye. And so I want to thank those who are responsible, Dr. Scott, for your leadership academies, for those programs that prepare new administrators and help get them ready to take over. And I think that is great. To our prospective teachers back there, you are headed for a great profession. That's right. I'm afraid that those of us who have been veteran teachers in recent years have not been our best. I don't know. We hadn't done ourselves very well. We have a tendency to look back through rose-colored glasses and say, oh, but it's not the same as when I started teaching. And it's not, because you have a whole lot more help now than I did when I entered the classroom and closed the door and thought to myself, now what do I do? We have great supports. It's a great profession. You keep on and encourage your friends to do the same.
Yes.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Good deal. Right.
First of all, I'm going to apologize for not wearing a tie, but Hope called me before the meeting and said it's a no tie Tuesday, so I obliged him. As always, it's great to hear all the success stories of our students and our teachers. And Dr. McGee, it feels like yesterday that I was at your school going down the halls with my two kids who are now in middle school and high school, but it's teachers like Ms. Gann and Ms. Nelson that my son and daughter had that we, that not only taught them, but grew them, as we say. And, I appreciate all that you've done, all that the teachers always do. And, even though they're in middle school and high school now, it's not quite as cool to be seen with your dad walking down the halls anymore. But with the educators, the teachers, and administrators that we have, I know that my kids, as well as everybody else's kids, are in great hands, and I'm proud of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Dave?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Ms. Hughes, for reminding me tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Please let me add my thanks and appreciation to Dr. Taylor and your staff for having us last night at Huntington Middle School. We appreciate the hospitality and the kindness that you showed us last night. Welcome to all our guests that are with us today. It's always a highlight to see our outstanding students, teachers, and administrators. And we appreciate all y'all do to make our school system one of the best anywhere. To our Career Academy students, thank y'all for your interest in teaching. As has been said, you couldn't go into a better profession. We're looking forward to seeing you in one of our classrooms one day, teaching our students. We appreciate you. Congratulations to veterans and your state champion FFA meat judging team. That's a great job. Thanks for representing veterans and our system so well. We know it takes a lot of time and effort to be that successful. And Mr. Wilson, thank you for your hard work and leadership. We appreciate it. We're almost to March, and it doesn't look like it today, but spring is coming. We're looking forward to a great finish to the school year. As Hope mentioned, we'll be talking about graduation before too long. And we just want to thank all of y'all for what you do for our system, and we appreciate all you do. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to add my thanks to the rest of the board here. Thank you, Dr. Taylor, again for last night. And I just wanted to add one comment. Just tell your staff when they make some of that peach cobbler, give me a call, please. Thank you. It was very good. Everything was good. I want to share with the board and the community my visit a couple of weeks ago to the National School Board Association Advocacy Institute in Washington, D.C. I want to thank the board, first of all, and Dr. Scott for selecting me to go and represent Houston County at the Advocacy Institute. On day one, which started on Sunday, We had, whatever table we were sitting at, over 900 of us there. We had roundtable discussion, and we were asked to share some things that are successes in our school system, as well as some challenges that we face. And I'm sitting and listening to other school board members from other parts of the country, and it was really eye-opening to hear some of the things, the challenges that they are facing, and not a whole lot of successes coming out of some of them, but some of them do have. But several things that they mentioned that we don't face those challenges. And some of the challenges that they face, we face funding challenges. Yes, we don't get the federal funding that we have been promised. They brought up about school security, that they have some challenges there that they really need some help on. But one of the things, board members, they brought up about their board, and one of the things they said that they needed on their board was board teamwork. And that just lit up my eyes, because we have a great team of board members here with the superintendent, and so I was really happy to hear that and to reflect back on the kind of teamwork that we have in making this school system what it is. Also, they shared with us in one of the seminars how to hug a porcupine. That is strategies how to talk with our legislators and our federal representatives on Capitol Hill, which we went there. So that was a great seminar that we had. On day 2, we had a general session that was about the midterm elections that are coming up, 2018 midterm elections coming up throughout the country, and there are some challenges there. Also at our congressional luncheon that we had special guests, which was Senator Debbie Fisher from Nebraska. We also had Senator John Boozman from Arkansas, and they shared some things there and some concerns that they have. And then on day 3, that was our visit to Capitol Hill. We got a chance to go and visit with our representative. We visited with Senator Isaacson and Senator Perdue. We went as a GSBA group to visit with them, and I got a chance to, and thanks to Beth McLaughlin and her staff, got a chance to share with them a booklet here that shows all the great things that are going on in Houston County, the accomplishments that we are achieving here, and then some of the concerns that we shared with them. And many of the concerns and many of the challenges that we're facing, they had the same, many of the school systems had the same ones, and of course funding and some of the other challenges there. And then I shared one-on-one with Congressman Austin Scott. He and I had some great exchanges there. I shared with him about our top three concerns that we wanted his support and others' support on, and they were support for public education, full support for public education and not tax-funded vouchers, and full federal funding for all of education. We are asking for that, and they were very receptive to that. However, they know that is a challenge to make it happen. And then Georgia's plan for Every Student Succeed Act, and they are certainly going to support that. Well, lastly, what we did with them as we finished with them, and to show their support for public education, we pinned them, that is done by the GSBA, pinned them with their, I am a friend of public education, and we wanted them to wear this button throughout wherever they go, so that everyone will know that they are a friend of education. But again, thanks to our federal leaders, our senators, our congressmen, they're supporting us, and there's a lot of challenges they face in order to make things happen, but you can believe that they are supporting us there in Washington, D.C. Thank you very much. Dr. Scott.
Yes, I'll keep my comments brief today, but I do want to start by congratulating Tucker Elementary School on being named a Leader in Me Lighthouse School of Academic Distinction. This award recognizes Leader in Me schools that show exemplary academic growth, and in 1 year, Tucker Elementary's College and Career Readiness Index increased 18.6 points, and this was the highest gain among all of our elementary schools in Houston County. And so congratulations to Tucker Principal Dr. Kim Halstead and all of her staff. Also, we held our spelling bee, and it was on February the 2nd. Moss Creek Middle School student Tori Teague won our bee, and Langston Road Elementary School Grace Moon was the runner-up. They will be competing at the District 6 spelling bee at Fort Valley State on February the 24th, and we wish them well as they compete. Two great events that showcase what our students are learning will be held this month. More than 1,250 of our third graders will participate in the Market Day, a simulated global bazaar on February 15th and 16th. And then on February 23rd, we will have a day at the museum, and approximately 425 of our fourth graders will participate in that event. Both of those events will take place at the Kerry Martin Conference Center, so if you're able to stop by there and support them, I know they would be glad to see you. Also, the Robbins Region and Perry Area Chambers of Commerce will host a reception to honor our star students and teachers, and that will be next week, and that will be our opportunity to announce the district star teacher and star student. If you're available, please join us. It'll be right here in the boardroom on February the 21st at 5:30 p.m. And we always appreciate the support that we get from our chambers for hosting this event, and it's always great to recognize our teachers and our students. This month is Career Technical and Agriculture Education Month, and this week is FCCLA week. We appreciate all of our CTA teachers and the work that they do to help our students succeed, and many people don't realize the Career Tech student organizations and the amount of time that our people put into that, not only our staff, but also our students, and they always are represented as well as we recognize by the ones that we see here at the board office receiving awards as they did today. This past Saturday, our district hosted the FCCLA regional competition at Houston County High School, and many of our students advanced to the state, and we're looking forward to recognizing those state winners in the near future here at a board meeting. Helen's already mentioned the 13 reasons why not, and I had that on my list as well, but as we release those videos each week that will be on our website, we have a 13 Reasons Why Not webpage that is part of the resources that we have available, and I encourage you to take the opportunity to watch the series and to share it with others. School Counselor Week was observed statewide last week. We really appreciate our counselors and their contributions toward the success of our students and our schools. They're really an important part of our school teams, and so if you see a school counselor out there, thank them for what they do. In conclusion, this Monday will be a holiday, February 20th, President's Day, and then on the 21st, that will be a student holiday, but a professional learning day for our staff. And so I hope everyone enjoys the long weekend. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, the next items on the agenda will be our financial report. Lori, would you give us that, please?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to approve the financial report as presented last night.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the financial report for the month of December as presented on last night. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you very much. Personnel report. Dave, we have several reports there that Dave will give us.
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have 5 motions relative to the personnel reports. Motion 1, move that we approve the monthly personnel summary reports as presented last evening.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the monthly personnel report for the month of February. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. And the next one.
Motion 2, Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the admin contract recommendations as presented last evening.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the administrative contracts as presented to us on last evening. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. Next one.
Motion 3, Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the teacher contract recommendations as presented last evening.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the teacher contracts as presented to us on last evening. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you.
Motion 4, Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the teacher contract for Courtney Flores as presented last night.
Second.
Mr. Chairman, I must recuse myself from this.
Okay. It has been motioned and second that we approve the contract with the name presented, and Rick has recused from this. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you very much.
Motion 5, Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the teacher contract with Tamala Mara as presented last night.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the teacher contract for Pamela Mars with recusal.
I'd like to recuse.
Okay, with a recusal by Hope Morrow. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Okay. And now we have some individual recommendations for promotion and also one for employment. We're going to ask Lori if you will take the first one, please.
Yes, sir. I would like to make a motion to approve the recommendation for Dr. Greg Peavy for the position of principal at Parkwood Elementary.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the contract for Dr. Greg Peavy for principal at Parkwood Elementary School. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Number two, Hope.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a recommendation of Dr. Cassandra King for the position of principal at Morningside Elementary, who will be replacing Dr. Patricia Witt.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Dr. Cassandra King as principal of Morningside Elementary to replace Dr. Pat Witt. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Dave.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the superintendent's recommendation of Ms. Eddie Williams for the position of principal at Tucker Elementary.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Ms. Eddie King as principal of Tucker.
Eddie Williams.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Eddie Williams to the position of principal of Tucker Elementary. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Rick.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a motion that we approve the superintendent's recommendation for Mr. Torrey Woolfolk for the position of assistant principal at Northside High School.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Mr. Torrey Woolfolk as assistant principal for Northside High School. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Brian.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for Mr. Jeffrey Washington for the position of assistant principal for discipline split between Lake Joy and Lake Joy Elementary.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Mr. Jeffrey Washington as assistant principal for discipline split between Lake Joy Primary and Lake Joy Elementary. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. And Helen?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for Dr. Monica Kersey for the position of assistant principal at Perry High School.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Dr. Monica Kersey for the position of assistant principal at Perry High School. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. And Hope.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to recommend the termination of Mr. Billy Hodges' employment as a custodian due to job abandonment.
Second.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation for termination of Mr. Billy Hodge' employment as a custodian due to job abandonment. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda will be our new business and new job description.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a recommendation that through attrition, we label the coordinator of classified certification be changed to specialist of classified certification.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the new job description for certification specialist. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Rick.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the revision of job description behavior intervention teacher.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the revision of job description for behavior intervention teacher. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Helen.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make a motion to approve the Central Tennis Facility Design Professional Agreement between Houston County Schools and SP Design Group and it's for a central tennis facility located on Bear Country Drive at a cost of $144,000 using 2012 East Plus funds.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the Central Tennis Facility Design Professional Agreement for $144,000, which will come from the East Plus funds. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Brian, parking and drive.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented the parking and drive upgrade design proposal with Bryant Engineering, including improvements for Eagle Springs, Kings Chapel, and Westside Elementary. The total financial impact is $79,150 for all three schools.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the parking and drive upgrade design professional proposal at a cost of $79,150 for all three of our schools, Eagle Springs Elementary, Kings Chapel Elementary, and Westside Elementary. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Perry High School competition.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a recommendation that we approve the agreement between owner and construction management to build the new gym at Perry High School at a financial impact not to exceed $10,250,595.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the Perry High School competition gym as presented there as Amendment 4 at a cost of $10,250,595, which will come from the 2017 SPLOST. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Helen.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the purchase of 750 Chromebooks at a cost of $176,962.50.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the purchase of 750 new Chromebooks at a cost of $776,962.50. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Dave.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the Building F data room power and cooling upgrades as presented.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the Building F data room power and cooling upgrade at a cost of $321,815.08 from the East Plus Fund. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. And upgrade data, Rick.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the contract with Technology Integration Group for upgrade of our data center for a financial impact of $108,385.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the contract for upgrade of our data center technology integration group at a cost of $108,385 from the East Plus funds. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Brian, upgrade data center.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented the upgrading of the data center infrastructure with MXN Corporation with a financial impact of $28,259.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the upgrade of the data center with MXN Corporation for $28,259 East Plus funds. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. And lastly, data center, Lori.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make a motion to approve the upgrade data center with the agreement with the Halsky Systems, LLC, the financial impact of $172,000.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the upgrade data center with Halsky Systems, LLC at a cost of $172,000 from the East Plus funds. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. All right, thank you all. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is going to be executive session that we will need a motion to go in, and it's for student matter
Second.
and personnel matter. Second? It's been motioned and second that we approve that we go into executive session for a tribunal student matter and for personnel matter. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all, everyone, for attending, and we look forward to seeing you again with some more winners.